What actor, actress instantly ruins a movie for you? She doesn't ruin, but I audibly groan whenever she shows up. Gwyneth Paltrow. Is it the goop? It's the goop, isn't it? Be quiet and insert these jade eggs into your yeasty, loose vagina. I'm 100% convinced that Gwyneth Paltrow knows that goop is bullshit. But it started making money and she can't stop now. Like a joke that's gone too far and then she just had to own it. I know people believe that she's serious. But then again, she's an actress. Gwynny is the definition of born on third base. Thinks she hit a triple. When you're rich, it's more socially acceptable to be all out crazy. I liked her in The Royal Tenenbaums. But I don't think I've liked her in anything else. My sister in Fake Taxi. Every time I read Fake Taxi, my brain goes to Cash Cab. I would be down for a crossover episode. Source. Danny DeVito. Ugh, I just have to leave the movie theater, I get so turned on. Then you got home and started blasting. Who waits to get home? My wife and I have a name for this, a stop actor. An actor that is so bad, you stop watching no matter what the film is. Oh look, it's The Godfather Part 4. Yeah, but Steven Seagal's in it. Ah, never mind. And the opposite is a go actor, who is so watchable you'll watch anything they're in. Danny DeVito, Joan Cusack, Jesse Plemons, Lenny James, etc. The description of the film could be two men sit down and do nothing for 2 hours, and I'd still watch it if it was Danny and Jesse. I'm gonna get real weird with it. Your list has a shocking lack of Gary Oldman. What's surprising is all movies have Gary Oldman in them. He's just such a chameleon, they bill him as different people for every movie and you never know it. A real G.O. actor. Beyonce. Hollywood is determined to make her a leading lady, but her acting is just awful. Casting her as Nala was a mistake. Maybe as Simba's mom but not his love interest. I couldn't get past it. The entire cast of that movie was nothing more than a game of how many big names can we get instead of focusing on quality. For a second I thought you were saying Beyoncé's last name was Hollywood. I spent more than a reasonable amount of time wondering who Beyoncé Hollywood was. Almost Googled. She was okay in Goldmember when all she really had to do was feed off of Mike Myers. And you were too busy laughing at the absurdity of the movie to pay attention. Just any super celebrities in animated moves, it just seems like a cash grab using those names. Angelina Jolie fish. Or Will Smith fish. I was amused that this picture was 100% what I wanted. And then some. Gotta give slack to Into the Spider-Verse. Nicolas Cage was the perfect cast for Spider-Man Noir. Plus that film is just a masterpiece start to finish. I didn't even realize it was him until after the movie. I really liked that King of the Hill had celebrity guests, but most of the time you'd never know unless you looked up who was in each episode. They had some huge stars on the show and you'd never know. Frasier did the same thing. The callers to his radio show were often celebrities and you'd have no idea. Metalocalypse also did this. Just about every single episode had a guest musician play a random character that often barely had 2 or 3 lines. James Hetfield played a guy that proclaimed his love for Murderface and jumped off a bridge. Kirk Hammett played the Queen of Denmark. John Travolta post 2000. As soon as I see him I know him in for a mediocre performance at best. I actually thought he was pretty good in the O.J. Simpson trial show American Crime Story. That show surprised me on the quality. I thought he was very good in that. I was actually a little disturbed with how shitty he looked though. I thought he had some bad plastic surgery. Until I saw a real photo of Robert Shapiro and realized that they just nailed it with the makeup. From Paris with Love, only film I enjoyed with him. I think that's the title. He's bald. Has a goatee. I really enjoyed his character in that Beyond Pockets. Cardi B on the new upcoming Fast and Furious movie. Yikes. Brew, they're even bringing back Paul Walker somehow. It's so disgraceful. They just need to stop making them. What? Hologram Paul Walker? This world is fucked. Damn, the artistic integrity of the Fast and Furious franchise is really going to take a hit from this. Amy Schumer, but thank God she's not in much. Straight to DVD now. Thank goodness. Really? She kind of passed me by anyways. But it seems like only yesterday I was seeing articles about her being the next big thing. Same with Lena Dunham, I guess. Tinseltown sure eats them up fast. Lena Dunham. I cannot stand anything about her. From that stupid pinched face to her insufferable attitude to the pitch of her voice. Honestly, if she could just not be in anything again. Ever. That'd be nice. A friend of hers accused another friend of hers of sexual assault and Lena Dunham straight up lied to defend him. She then admitted it and apologized, but fuck off. Don't build your entire brand around being a feminist and then pull this shit. To her, feminist is just a cool sticker to put on her Mac. That was one of the most breathtakingly hypocritical things I've ever seen. She was full bore metu until it was her friend that was accused, and then suddenly she was all, well, maybe we shouldn't believe all women. There's the whole molesting her sister thing, too. Not to mention outing her sister without her sister's permission. She is just a piece of human garbage overall. I cannot stand Lena Dunham. I actually liked Girls when it first came out, but I just couldn't watch it after the first couple of seasons because of her. She pretends she didn't grow up rich and privileged. Not to mention all the weird shit from her book. And the shit that went down with Odell Beckham Jr. was just ridiculous. Grow up. Bella Thorne. She's pretty good is Scream when she dies in the first 5 minutes. Bella Thorne is Drew Barrymore. Johnny Depp used to be interesting. But now it's a lot of the same. I still have no idea why he was cast in Black Mass. He looked nothing like Whitey, and he didn't embody Whitey's real spirit. I think Jack Sparrow truly broke him. He came out of that role forever changed. Like, he had an epiphany along the lines of, I am Jack Sparrow. This character is me. He feels forever unhinged since. To me, both on screen and off. They should have kept that at 2 movies only, honestly. It's so overdone. And in a way ruined Depp too. Came here to say Johnny Depp. Totally took me out of Fantastic Beasts. He seemed to be just playing Johnny Depp. And I've never read the books. Apparently HES nothing like Grindelwald. Johnny Depp is a paradox. He built his career by leaning into his characters so much that he becomes them. Yet somehow he always feels like he's playing Johnny Depp in a costume. Community has a great joke where they refer to Keanu Reeves as a good bad actor. And Johnny Depp as a bad good actor. I thought that summed the two of them up so perfectly. I just scrolled through this and noticed I hadn't seen Cara Delevingne yet. I'm not sure if she even counts as an actress given how she's awful in everything I've seen her in. She's an example of someone having enough connections in Hollywood to bypass any need for talent. She was okay in that Amazon series. But Valerian was awful. Suicide Squad was awful. Cara Delevingne's godfather is the chairman of Condé Nast, a mass media corporation, and the man who had final say on what talent was used or promoted for Vogue and other fashion magazines. Literally from day one, she was silver spooned into being a model and actress. I would say she was the best part of Valerian. That should say something about how bad that movie was. James Corden and Renee Zellweger and Get Them Of My TV. How www is Corden popular? He was decent back when he was just a little-known comedy actor here in Britain. Then he got the fame and it all went tits up. Obligatory car crash armor. Guys, this trash fire thread is only 5 months old. You can still upvote and downvote people's comments. Woohoo! Here's a preview of the questions asked. Hey James. You won't remember me, but me and my friends sat at a table next to you and Harry Styles plus some others in Manchurian Legends in London's Chinatown about 6 years ago. We didn't bother you, but you were a massively entitled cunt who yelled and treated the waitstaff like shit, and when one of my party politely suggested you calm down, you got really aggressive and threatening in a chubby way. Like a boozy panda. So my question is this. Why did Harry seem so cool? While you were such a massive throbbing bellend.